Yo guys, what is good and welcome back on the channel. Now in today's video we're gonna make a beat in the style of Lil Baby's new album Wham. And yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I just listened to the album yesterday. By the time this video comes out, it might actually be a little bit too late already to jump on this trend of, Lil Baby tutorials, and you probably already have seen a few of them, but anyways, I took a few notes, so I listened to the whole album. I have like a few tracks that I really like. The main element and the main vibe I want to convey is this like epic Lil Baby, pretty much as you hear it in Dum Dumb Dumber, which is probably also my favorite track from the album, like at least production wise. So let's get straight into it. Now I'm not really sure where I start off with the melody, but I'm probably gonna search for like synth sound that's a little bit similar to the one as used in that track. Right, so we're gonna set our BPM to about 140. Now we need to come up with like a simple pattern. Sounds like this could already be enough, just record that in. Alright, something like this, and then put some bass notes underneath. You hear out some of these lows, don't really like them. Also, there's a little bit of mud in this, mid section. Now we want to add in like a bass sound, so I'm just gonna go to my own bass kit and record that in. All I did right now is add in these glide notes, so if I set this down here to glide and adjust this timing a little bit, you can hear this especially well on like these two notes. Because when I play this, it's like whoom, it's like going up and not triggering this note again, just playing this note and then pitching it up really fast. What else can we add? Like a B section, or maybe halftime all of this. What else did we have? So on my list is also some epic strings. Not sure how they will fit into this, but they were on like the intro song, which I found super hot. Some piano pad and some brass maybe. So maybe we try adding brass steps onto this. This one sounds actually good, so gonna record that in as well. Alright, so what I did here is I complemented the bass sound by playing exactly the same notes, but with the bass I did like this bass pattern, and then for the second repetition I pitched like all these notes just up by 1 octave, so it's just a little bit more variation in here. And in the brass I did exactly this opposite, so I have like the first notes always the same as well, and also the same pattern, but first I have them playing an octave higher and then going an octave lower. So if you listen to the bass and the brass together, essentially they start on the same note, and then the brass goes high and the bass goes low, and then in the second repetition they start on the same note again, but the bass goes high and the brass goes low, so it's just a little bit more variation in there. Also gonna pan the bass a little bit to the left and the brass a little bit to the right, and I think we can now also add in some staccato strings. This is our intro. And from there we gotta figure out how we drop into an actual hook, like right here. Also still not satisfied with these strings. They sound, I don't know why, but they sound just a little bit offbeat. I gotta figure out what it is later on. Now, but I wanna have something that has like, it's a little bit more pregnant, that's just a little bit more, that's a little bit more defined, if you get me. So maybe instead of lead, go for a key and then go for my user presets. Also delete like these distract from the rest of the melody. And then we also want to put some crazy processing on this. So first up, I'm gonna take an EQ to just clean this up a little bit. And from there we can see maybe we add like this one cymatics plugin on there. What's it called? Cymatics Illusion. As good as this works, I just want to try out using another plugin, which is the, what's it called? EFX Fragments from Arturia. I think for the moment this is enough. We might have to come up with an like bridge or B part later on if we actually want to finish this up. Gonna start working on the drums. I think for this type of beats you just need these super simple drums. Actually gonna go into my own kits. Yeah, something like this as the snare. Nah, this name is crazy. Long Gong Wong. What did I think? Good at this though. I think it's on fire. Maybe pitch this down like 1 octave. Yeah, and that just go crazy on the hi-hat. We could, like, I think a 2-step pattern would even work on this if we just add it in like this. But you know, Lil Baby always has these super creative hi-hat midis that are just, you know, going all over the place, really crazy. Really with a lot of bounce as well. So this is what we're trying to emulate with this. The 808 has to smack now, it really has to hit it hard. If I fuck up this 808 somehow, the whole beat is down the drain, literally. We better make it sound good though. This shit is going fire, man. This shit is going hard. So there's a few issues we have to fix. Now first up, let's talk about this violin. This intro is fascinating. This intro is totally fine. Works really good. I think what we gotta do is replace this, just delete this, and replace it with some like sustained strings, so maybe with like a cello phrase or something. And also, at the same time, we have to figure out how we just get the tension from here to there. I think the cello could work. I'm just gonna record the idea that I just had, and then we're gonna see how we fit this all together. The problem is just that the drums hit completely out of nowhere, but I think we can fix that easily. Maybe we take something from the Kashmir packs, because they always have the biggest like rises and stuff. So we can use something like this. Alright boys, so it's a little bit later, I had to take a break. I just wasn't, you know, feeling inspired anymore, feeling creative anymore. And I feel like when you make these hard beats, you know, without taking a break from time to time, your ears start to, you know, be so tired of the loud music and, you know, hard-hitting 808s and stuff that you just, you know, can't judge really what is sounding good and what is not sounding good anymore. So I took a break. I finished this beat off cam just so I didn't have any pressure anymore. And I think we came out with something pretty decent. So I'm just gonna break down all the things I did, and then we're gonna see how the final result sounds with the acapella of Dum Dumb Dumber. So this is what we're working with right now. I didn't add any more new elements, so we just have like the whole melody that we cooked for before. We have the 808, and then, you know, we have all the drum elements that we had, as well as this riser and this gong sound. So I'm just gonna play the melody real quick. Also, shouldn't forget my headphones. I didn't really change much right here, except of course from arranging it. But what I did is I pitched up the whole melody, like the whole beat, by 3 semitones. So it's in D sharp minor, before we were in C minor. And this way we're actually in the same key of Dum Dumb and Dumber, so you know, just fits a little bit better. Then we got the 808, and right here I did change up the pattern quite a lot. So let me open this up. This is the main pattern that we're working with right now, and I simplified it a lot, you know, so there's less bounces in the pitch. Still hella complicated pattern, especially like right around here. There's a lot of rolls going on, but besides that, it's really I made it a little bit simpler. Also for the intro, I did an even simpler pattern that really just follows the bass notes, and it's just better for the intro. The drums are left almost exactly as they were. I just changed up the volume a little bit just to have a cleaner mix. Then I also have the gong, of course, and the riser. And yeah, let me just play the drums and the 808 together. So as you can hear, it's way simplified, way snappier just. And yeah, now I'd say it's time to play the final beat together with the acapella, so you can hear how it's sounding in perspective. Sit back and enjoy.
Four stars in the LDs at the bottom. GA certified before I was GIA certified. Mr. Emma Cash, anytime you see me, you know. RNC records, play a duck to catch a duck, you know. Trigger niggas with trigger niggas, you know. Supercar driving, gush screen flying, designer wing, golden child, you know. Wham. Let's go. Hopping off a plane to a Mac. 100-time platinum, fuck a black. Bulletproof, the tires run flat. Cut throat, I give him one chance. Slaughter out and gave her one band. 25 cars, one man. Driveway like a mini dealership. He went sour, country business with crack smoker, I was living with. Weird hoes, I ain't dealing with them. Overseas, they love a real nigga. She don't like it, but she deal with it. Robbie's back to back, that's tough. Here and round the corner, that's us. Putting on stuff, this drink. Flip phone, black like a tick. We done it all with nicks. Boss man, name on the check. First ones come through trim. Dipset, Jim Jones, baller. Life of a fucking hustler. She know not to touch me, I'ma call her. Bro in prison, living through a